All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a true cult classic, the 2001 comedy Super Troopers.
Okay, so right off the bat, the movie just throws you into the deep end. We don't start with some crazy police chase, no. We open with a car full of stoners getting super philosophical about, like, who owns the sand and water. And that one moment, it tells you everything you need to know. This movie is all about absurdity, not so much about authority.
So, welcome to the shenanigans. And who pulls over that car of deep thinkers? Well, it's our so-called heroes, a whole squad of Vermont State Troopers who, let's be honest, seem way more interested in pulling off these wild pranks than they are in, actually enforcing the law. And their absolute signature move? It's gotta be the cat game. It's just a masterclass in messing with people's heads. The whole process is brilliant in its simplicity, really. You pull someone over, then you just start replacing the word now with meow. And you don't just do it once. You keep doing it over and over, all while keeping a completely straight face until the poor driver starts to think they're losing their mind.
And boom, that's it. That's the money shot right there. Are you saying meow? That's the exact reaction they're going for. See, the whole point isn't just the prank itself. It's about pushing things right to the absolute limit, making someone genuinely question reality. It's basically psychological warfare with a badge and a siren.
But hey, the cat game is just the tip of the iceberg. Their entire work culture is built around this kind of stuff. We're talking chugging entire bottles of maple syrup, coming up with these bizarre hazing rituals for the new guy, and just constantly playing mind games on anyone and everyone. It's really less of a police force and more like a college fraternity that just happens to have guns.
Okay, so this is where the plot really kicks in. The party's about to be over. All this goofing off, it eventually catches up with them. The state's tightening its belt, there are budget cuts, and surprise, surprise, the station with the absolute worst ticket numbers is first on the chopping block.
And this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. You've got these two totally conflicting sets of priorities. On one side, you have our troopers. What do they care about? Pranks, chugging syrup, growing mustaches, and just generally making Farva's life miserable. And on the other side, their poor, long-suffering boss, Captain O'Hagan, who's just trying to hit a quota and, keep his station from being shut down. So O'Hagan finally puts his foot down. He basically gives them an ultimatum. You start acting like real cops, you start writing tickets, or that's it, we're done. And the worst part? Their highway gets handed over to the guys they hate most in the world, the local Spurbury cops. And this threat? It just pours gasoline on an already burning fire. This rivalry between the highway hogs, that's our guys, and the local pigs is a huge part of the movie. And the locals are led by Chief Grady, who frankly is just as useless as they are.
And believe me, this isn't just friendly trash talk. It gets ugly. We see it go from slinging insults at each other in a diner to having an actual full-blown brawl at an active crime scene. They completely contaminate everything. They despise each other, and neither side is going to give an inch.
But then, out of all that chaos, something crazy happens. That totally botched crime scene, it ends up being their one shot to save their jobs. They find a dead body, and somehow they stumble headfirst into a huge drug smuggling operation. And the way the case comes together is just wild. So you've got this timeline, right? It starts with a dead woman in a Winnebago. She's got this weird monkey tattoo. Then our guys find a truck just packed with marijuana. And the thing that ties it all together, all the weed is marked with these stickers of the exact same cartoon monkey. All of a sudden, these professional goofballs have a real conspiracy to unravel. And this is where the movie just leans into pure absurdity. The big clue, the thing that connects the murder and the drugs, it's not some high-tech forensic evidence, no. It's a logo from a cheap knockoff cartoon called Afghanimation, featuring a mischievous monkey named Johnny Chimpo. You can't make this stuff up. So now it's a race against time. The troopers have to solve this whole thing before the local cops do, and it all leads to this epic climax. We're talking betrayals, mind-blowing revelations, and yeah, one seriously chaotic final confrontation.
And right in the middle of all this drama is Trooper Foster. He started seeing Ursula, who's a local cop. So when the local PD swoops in and tries to take credit for a drug bust, Foster is just crushed. He thinks she totally sold him out, that she crapped on his heart.
But the real betrayal?
Oh, it's so much worse than that. It's not just about stealing credit. Ursula drops a bombshell. The Spurbury police, their biggest rivals, aren't just incompetent cops. They are literally in on the whole conspiracy, working with the smuggler.
So that whole rivalry wasn't just about who was cooler or who could write more tickets. No, it was a cover for a criminal operation. The local cops were running protection for the whole drug ring. And this all leads to a huge showdown at an airfield just as a plane stuffed with drugs is about to land.
Which brings us to the aftermath. Fired, hired, and totally unchanged. Because with Ursula's help, our troopers actually pull it off. They expose the corrupt cops, they bust the smugglers. It's this crazy, messy, totally unprofessional showdown. But they did it. They're heroes.
But then the movie delivers the ultimate punchline. They get this letter from the governor. It starts off praising them for their amazing police work, congratulating them, and then in the very next line it says, "Oh, by the way, we're still closing your station. The budget's the budget." Unbelievable.
And for a minute, it seems like it's all over. We see a couple of the guys, and their new job is delivering beer kegs. And to make it worse, they're delivering them to a party full of college kids, the exact same kind of people they used to mess with on the highway. It feels like they completely lost.
But then, in one of the greatest twists ever, they turn the tables. Just as these college kids are giving them a hard time, they reveal what's under their jackets. It's not beer company logos. It's Spurbury police uniforms. They're not delivering beer. They took over the entire corrupt department they just busted.
Which leaves us with this final question. After all of that, did anything really change? I mean, think about it. They won. They got new jobs. And what's the first thing they do? They go right back to pulling the same old pranks on people. It's like they learned absolutely nothing. And honestly, that's the perfect ending for these guys. They were never trying to be heroes. They just wanted to make sure the shenanigans never had to stop.